Paul, Ray?
I do. We don't have Andy and Paul, right?
Andy, Paul, and Neil.
Oh, yeah, Neil. Thank you. Yep. At 18-0, at 606.
Yeah. Any citizens petitions to chair? Comments, concerns? Nothing came in, right? We don't? No, nothing come. Okay. Approval of the minutes from May 7th. So moved.
Second.
Only one very minor, but in new business election of officers, the Copp Board of Overseers, it has all of the members of the BOA. So that could just be stricken. That doesn't mean anything. Where is that? That's in 2 under new business. B number 2. Minor, but. Did you get that, Ray?
Yeah, I did. Was that, which meeting was that?
May 7th.
Yep.
Jim made the motion and Alan seconded.
The combined meeting.
Yeah. Yes. Just with that correction, just scratch that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstention? So moved. Director's report. Okay. Well, since we last met, we now have 6 dedicated pickleball courts just on the other side of the hockey rink, and they get used almost every day. Wonder why. Yeah. They have lights on them so that you can play in the evening up until 9:30. And the lights also light up the hockey rink. And this was all funded through ARPA money. Let's see, the pump track, the bicycle pump track is opening. The official opening is Saturday, October 11th. Yes, from I think it's 1 to 3.
You know, Ryan sent me something and I forwarded everything.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, and that is, the pump track is at the end of Depot Road, just before you go under the bridge to the winter flood.
So they finally got all the money they needed?
Yes, yeah, and we were very fortunate. We got, there's a local contractor that builds decks, and he happens to know somebody at Kent Frost, and they got talking, and he said, we'd like to build the deck. The deck is right next to kind of the starting platform, and they're building a $35,000 deck for $65.
Wow.
Yeah, they waived. Yeah. Part of the reason they're doing that, their original intention was to create a video and submit that to like a deck building competition, because they're doing part of the inlay on the side of the deck. There's going to be a bike, I think, going over a mound, and they're using all different colored wood to create the scene. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's pretty cool. the spring, and I don't remember if it, well, it was in June, so it happened after we had our last meeting. Contractor came in, extended, renovated another 1,400 feet of the path that eventually will go all the way around the yellow trail, all the way back to the parking lot. So we made the connection from where it ended, where it splits off, and the original work was done, I think, in 2017. So it now goes all the way up past the dog park, out towards the reservoir, back down to the bridge, and on the other side of the bridge goes out another few hundred feet through a wet area that we had the punching bridges down. And yeah, it came out really nice.
Nice, yeah. We had a meeting today,
Negotiating with the lowest bidder for Sutton Park. As you recall, that project includes making renovations to the skate park, putting in a new playground, putting in a bathroom, which we haven't had for 19 years. We had a portlet. And also we got a grant to put in a multi-use path that will go from the existing multi-use path that runs along Route 1 and connect out, go behind the baseball fields on the backside of the park and connect to Midway Oval. Wonderful. Yeah. Yep.
Excuse me,
Yep.
excuse me, Mark. Mark, connect to what?
It's going to connect to Midway Oval.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks.
There'll also be some signage along Midway Oval over to something court. What was that? You remember where the trolley trail is? What's the name of that?
starts with an M,
It's something court.
yeah.
Michelle Lane.
No. Anyway, so it's going to improve connectivity within the neighborhood, which is right adjacent to the park.
Sure.
Yeah. And last year, Public Works, where the trolley trail ended, they continued the bike path out to Industrial Drive. And Industrial Drive was just repaved this summer. And they're going to be putting in a bike lane that's going to go to Depot Road. So we're trying to create this big connection.
Right.
And eventually we'll get there. There is a fundraising event this Saturday at the Plains Park. We're raising money to replace the playground at the Plains Park that was put in. Well, I think, John, correct me if I'm wrong. Construction started in 2007 and finished in 2000, or it opened in 2008. Yeah. And it's the most heavily used park in town. And we've worn it out. And to replace parts is just prohibitively expensive. And, we've had to pull pieces out and we're not replacing it because it's so expensive. So we've got an event, family event taking place there. I know John is on the committee to, replace the playground, and like I said, there's an event there on Saturday. And we'll be writing grants and reaching out to businesses and whatnot to, different foundations, banks and whatnot to continue to raise money for that. And it will, I don't know, John, you remember how much it was way back in 2008?
A lot less, no, it was
Yeah.
about 400,000.
Yeah.
And that included grants and everything else,
Right.
so.
So it's probably, well, we're looking to put a splash pad or a spray ground in, because that is scored really high on the needs assessment. So this will probably be a phase project, because I think we were looking at over $2 million project. So, And we're also gonna put a bathroom over in that area, just, you know, if you're playing with your 3-year-old,
Long way to go.
it's a long way to go, yeah.
Hold it.
Yeah, exactly.
When they say they're ready to go.
Where they gonna go? Yeah.
Paul's been receiving some donations. I mean, they're just small.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He's been receiving some.
Yeah. And I think, you know, that will help as we're writing grants to say, you know, we've already got, you know, it's kind of a grassroots effort. And I think that will help as part of the, whatever grants we're going towards. I think that's about it for park projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone have any reports and observations on their walks through Copp Park?
I would say
I-
since this meeting, I've been probably once a month on different days, different times. Wherever I've been, it's been fully utilized. In fact, I have trouble finding a parking spot.
Oh, yeah.
And when I walk out, I find people enjoying themselves all over.
Yeah.
The dog park looks like it's being leased up. It's sort of taking care of itself. I haven't seen any waste of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
It looks like it's been.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, the new renovated path was great too. In fact, we'll be utilizing that for the walk, so.
Yeah. And I should mention, one of the other things we're doing is the sign for Sutton, for Copp Family Park is way back off 184. And we've contacted DOT and they've agreed to allow us to move the sign closer to the road. So we are going to have to build a sign that has breakaway posts in case a car goes off the road. But we will be able to get it closer to the road because, you know, it's so far back that, so there'll be even more people.
Yes.
Yeah. It is a secret park for the boy that's, so. I think these are free. Oh, I got more. The higher quality one. Oh, this is for Richard.
Okay.
This is for me.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome.
My month is in May. I didn't walk probably until about July. I had some Achilles surgery in the winter, and so I was a little bit late up. I found it to be all in good shape. There was nothing. There was a tree down here and there that you step over, but that's probably not an actionable item. I found it in good shape. And I did see the extended trails, access trails, and that was nice up higher beyond the dog park. That was good.
Okay.
You, Joe. Okay. We are now on the Groton Parks Foundation portion of the agenda. Paul earlier today sent out a financial report. Hopefully you had a chance to look at that. You know, as I mentioned earlier, some money, excuse me. Somebody got a question?
I just exclaimed because I haven't seen it. So I must not have seen it late enough. Late enough. It just came out today.
Didn't show up email.
They
Sorry,
just sent-
withdrawn. Never mind.
Just send it to you and I, John, because I know I got it by email.
Okay, I probably did.
I know I didn't get it. You sent it today?
Yeah.
9:55. Oh, you know what? Johnny just sent it to me.
No, I didn't get it.
Well, I can make copies.
It's okay.
Okay.
As long as you two are happy.
Yeah.
You want to forward it or do you want me to forward it?
Forward it to the rest of them. I can. You guys will pull it up on your phones right now, but we
I don't have anything with
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, I mean, just
Just
oral.
just
Oral,
forward it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll give Jim this when we get through here.
Okay.
report did come through. And I'm sorry, I thought it was going to everybody, obviously it didn't, so, but. So we are doing well at this point. You know, we've opened our account to the playground project, and as I mentioned earlier, Paul's getting some small donations, $575 for that community garden, another $1,574, and then for the karate program, almost $900. Paul did get us another charter oak grant of $1,250, which is nice. So we have in the bank $30,655. Unfortunately, it's not much of it we can give away, but our foundation is being utilized by the Parks and Recreation Department, several programs, and the latest one being, of course, the playground. And as Mark mentioned, that could end up being a lot of money eventually that could go through there. Maybe they'll get $1 million and then we'll get the interest, another grant. So, but so we do have a report. I guess are we comfortable making a motion on the report without everybody seeing it, or would you prefer not making a motion?
Johnny, the only thing that is of the 30,000, 12,884.75 is listed as liabilities, so it's restricted. So it's we don't. We've got about $17,000 that is unrestricted, but the other 12 is set aside for specific, for specific items.
I would make a motion to accept Chairman Silsby's acceptance of the treasurer's report. No, really. I mean,
Thanks, Brian. Thanks.
no, I'm serious.
We will see everybody gets a copy. If there's any questions, please feel free to send myself or to Paul, and we'll get you an answer. But the foundation obviously is being utilized more than just us putting in small amounts of money, so which is good. So, all in favor of the treasurer's report? Aye.
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 Thank you. Hey, Dick.
Yes.
Hey, Dick. Cindy left these.
I was supposed to pick those up tonight. Could you bring them back to the front desk, leave them there, and say, if I'm on my feet, pick them up on Friday.
Okay.
If I can't make it in on Friday, I'll get in touch with Cindy and arrange something else.
Okay. Friday's the day. Okay. Mark, any donations to?
Since last May, there have been $128 of donations. And most of this comes in, people will, for classes, say 85, they'll write the check for 100 additional goes to problem explanation.
So, thank you. Okay, coming up on Friday, October 17th is the annual Luminaria Walk at the Copp property. It begins at 6, lasts 2 hours. Weather permitting, of course. There are flyers. If any of you want to stop by here and get a flyer, feel free to do that. Promote it. Hopefully, if I get back from my vacation, I will be sitting out there passing out small descriptive cards on the Groton Parks Foundation, which allows people, if they're interested, to make a donation. It'd be nice if I had at least one more person out there to do that. It is very unstrenuous work, you're kind of sitting in the dark, but it's an easy thing to do, and everybody that leaves, we make an effort to give them a 10-second explanation of the Groton Parks Foundation, give them a card in hopes that they will make a small donation to the foundation that we can return to the community. So if any of you can do that, let me know, please. We're looking at sitting out there from 6 to 8, and would like you to get there at least 15, 20 minutes early if you could, please. Okay, I guess Mark update everybody on the pump track. Feel free to go to that opening ceremony. I did forward you an email that came from Brian Kent that has the details on it. It's on the 11th, Saturday the 11th. If you haven't been out to look at it, it's quite the new facility that, you know, that was all basically get money that people donate to build it. So really,
Yeah, Mike Groton raised about $100,000, and the town chipped in $80,000.
okay, is that how it turned out?
Yeah.
And with that, when's that going? When's that gonna start, or has it started?
It started,
It started.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
And the rain date is Sunday,
yeah, the 12th.
it's the same time, was it 1 to 3? I don't have the
I
invitation,
don't either, so.
but yeah, it's the same. Yeah, that's the rain date.
So Mark, I guess we're back to you on the stewardship plan.
Yeah, so at the May meeting, Tom Olson was here presenting the stewardship plan. And was there a motion made to accept the plan that evening?
Ooh, gee.
Almost think
I could check back. I don't know.
Let's see.
Hmm.
I was a little late, so I think I probably missed the presentation, but I don't remember a motion when I was there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the minutes from the May meeting. I don't,
My realization break was presented, it was discussed.
Yeah, I don't see a motion.
right, so I put it on the agenda just to see if the Copp board was interested in formally adopting the plan.
It's back to you.
No, I think it's good. I don't, the only, the only thing, and I guess you have to put it in there, but our ongoing, this is being recorded, right?
It is
But our-
also, yeah, what you say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that the Cotton Utilities was probably collecting a retirement now when that dog took a swim in the, has anybody seen dogs swimming in there all the time?
Yeah,
You know, you guys are out there a lot, man. So I'm not saying we strike that out of there, I guess. I just find it that I've been on the board for a long time, and I think that was brought to our attention one time. And the other one that's kind of that was brought to our attention was some woman was swimming in there one day, many years ago. That hasn't continued to make the headlines, but,
what page?
and the dog that was probably swimming is probably up in doggy heaven by now, I'm guessing, because that was a long time ago. That's on page 6. Identification of resource concerns. Their dogs off leash,
Oh, okay.
swimming, waiting. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not the expert, I guess the water quality expert, but I'm not so sure if even the dog gets in there, they're gonna follow the water that bad, but, and I don't know what they tell those geese. Are they concerned about those geese? I don't know. So I guess I'm just, It's just. So I'm not interested, just blowing off steam. I'm not interested in changing anything really. I think it's a fine piece of work. And they did a nice job with it. But maybe for another time, for discussion, have we ever thought about trail cameras to see what actually is happening in certain areas that we think may be of concern? Has anybody ever, because it says on page 15, improved monitoring of off-leash dogs to reduce impacts on the reservoir. Yeah, I can kind of taste it in my water. Those critters.
What?
And they come much more sarcastic.
So I think this is such a red herring. Honestly, it's almost an assault on common sense that a dog swimming in the reservoir is a public health hazard compared with the dead raccoons, the highway,
The beavers.
the
Yeah.
beavers, the birds, just
Geez.
general pollution fallout. Honestly, I would ignore the whole issue completely. I wouldn't, if we want to put up trail cams for other reasons, but I'm not inclined to cater to the reservoir crowd in any way. If they have a problem, they can.
I'm not alone,
I hope I'm not talking out of line here, turn, but it just strikes me as being ludicrous, honestly. And I'm kind of sore at them about this whole Tri-Town Trail thing. It just strikes me as being. Now, the fact that they have a gravel pit in the reservoir property, I mean, now that I could get exercised about, diesel fuel, you name it. It blows my mind, truly.
Yeah. There's an autocracy over there in Groton Utilities. They want to control everything. I won't bring up about the signs of no trespassing, but you're right. The dogs are minimalist compared to everything else swimming in there, especially the geese, I would say, but all the animals. I wouldn't bow down to that. I wouldn't do a bunch to.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay any attention to them. In fact, that just the opposite. I'm tempted to, meet with the mayor and so forth and say this is out of control. But the mayor probably doesn't have any impact, any power.
He's going to Missouri or wherever the hell you are.
Have any of you read The Power Broker by Robert Caro? Well, it's a super long book, but it reminds me of that book. A group gets power over something and then they just go completely berserk.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of reminding me of our government right now.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, well, I guess that I blew my steam off, I guess, but I think it's fine. I think it's.
Okay, then so the motion.
Yeah, that way I can let Tom know.
Okay, I make a motion, we adopt
This is just Copp, right?
the stewardship plan.
Stewardship plan. Right. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 I looked back in the minutes and we did not adopt that in May.
Okay.
So that's good motion.
Okay.
Now we're jumping back to
Who?
Groton Parks Foundation.
Who moved that motion, please?
I did.
Tom
Okay.
and Jim.
I said it's Tom, right?
Well, okay. I was Dom and Ray. I'm sorry.
I think Ray beat to the punch.
Oh,
So we're back to the playground project. I guess Mark gave you a pretty update. There is a special committee that's been working out for probably involve staff, it does involve some community people, and they soon will be pursuing major bucks to make this happen, but currently they are, you can go on the Groton Parks Foundation website, I think, and make a donation. And as Mark said, on Saturday, they're having an event at the Quantic Plains Park to help promote it. Come, make a donation if you would like. $2 million later, we'll start building the park. So now we have dates for our meetings. I think they are May 6th, October 7th,
Oh, were those set at the last?
probably.
Twice the first Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
First Wednesday in May,
Yeah, so-
first Wednesday of October, which is May 6th, October 7th, 2026.
May 6th and October 7th.
Go to Groton Bike Giveaway.
So, Town of Groton applied and secured a grant probably a year and a half ago. It's $90,000, and the focus was to look at ways that they could get kids to feel more comfortable being outdoors. The Go Groton group consisted of a teacher, Ben Moon, who's done a lot of work. He actually has an after-school program that kids go out at night. There was somebody, two people from the planning department, John Reiner, the director, and the sustainability and resiliency manager. There was somebody from the Parks and Recreation department. Oh, there was also somebody from Groton. So they put this application in, received $90,000, hired a supervisor to kind of do outreach and work within the schools to both the high school to try to get high school leaders to work with younger children, all geared towards encouraging kids to get outdoors. So there is some money left in that grant. And the project that the Go Groton group selected was to do in partnership with Branford Manor, was to do a bike giveaway. They set aside $5,000 to purchase bikes. Branford Manor would help identify those kids most in need. There is a part of Branford Manor that can write a grant for up to $10,000 towards the same goal of distributing bikes and helmets to those with the greatest need. One of the conditions of the grant is the money go to a 501c3. So the proposal to the Groton Parks Foundation is, will the Groton Parks Foundation act as a fiduciary so that they can write this grant, and they've been pretty much assured that they'll get the money. But like I said, they need some place to, one of the requirements is that it goes to a 501c3. So the proposal is, will the Groton Parks Foundation act as the fiduciary? It would simply be a pass-through. So the grant money would come in, and then it would go right out again to purchase bikes and helmets for kids in Branford. And the distribution of the bikes would likely take place in the spring of next year.
So this would be a motion to for the Go Groton Bike Giveaway for us to become their fiduciary agent for this grant, which would allow bikes to be given away to youth that live in Bradford Manor, needy youth.
I'll second that. Was that a motion?
Yes, yes.
Second that.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay. So we're the pass through of fiduciary.
Yeah.
When we get the money, whatever the final amount is, who exactly are we giving it to, or are we doing anything away?
No, you guys don't have to go to the bike shop, pick out.
For example, who do we give it to?
Oh,
Go Groton Bike,
um,
or what's the name of the group? Yeah.
well,
Is it Go Groton Bike?
Or I like
No,
the
it's-
concept, I'm just,
yeah,
we get it, and then what do we do?
it's Go Groton, right? And so the $5,000 that actually comes from the DOT, Michael, that we've already received, and the town is holding that money. But the $10,000 would be coming from the related Affordable Foundation, which works with Bradford Manor. And they propose to match to double the grant that the town, double the $5,000.
I'm sorry, what was the name?
It's called the Relatable Affordable Foundation.
I'm gonna make sure Paul knows what's happening.
Okay.
So eventually, they're the ones that will be taking the $10,000 and buying the bikes.
Or depending on how Paul handles it, I guess he can make the check directly out to the bikes company.
He could, yes.
And
If they
it's
came
not
in with
washing
an
it from
invoice,
individuals' hands.
right. If they came in with an invoice, for $10,000 for bikes and helmets from the local bike shop.
Right.
Yeah, they could just, Groton Parks Foundation could just write the check to whatever local bike shop or wherever they get the bikes.
Did you get the name of that place, Ray?
I think so. Donatable Affordable Foundation.
It's, the Related Affordable Foundation. That's the name of it.
I'm sorry, the first word again?
Related.
Oh. Okay.
You changed that.
And Mark, your initial statement, get kids more comfortable with what?
Well, providing, some of these kids probably don't have bikes of their own, and
Right.
so the whole idea is to get the GO of Go Groton is Get Outdoors. So it's Get Outdoors Groton.
Okay.
And so the whole vision is to provide these kids that probably don't have a bike with a bike so that they can get out and, have greater access to the outdoors.
Okay. Got it.
Able to
Thanks.
ride to a park or ride to a school where there's a playground or something like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Ray, I made the motion, Don seconded. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Hey,
Thanks, Mike. That's good.
Well, that's what happens. It's not here, right?
So the next meeting date would be May 6th, 2026. Is there any other business we would like to take care of this evening? You want us to say a little prayer for you, Mr. Copp, before we leave? Or?
Well, I'm always happy to be remembered in people's prayers for whatever reason. Sure.
Sure.
Alan,
I,
how have you found Are people pretty respectful of you on the road? Give you plenty of room, or?
Yes, yeah, they are. I've ridden, well, I've ridden for 34 days, I think it is now. Um, and 2,400 miles maybe. Um, and I can not even fill one hand with instances of people being rude.
Hmm.
I was talking to another biker on the side of the road, and somebody yelled, get off the road. And we weren't on the road. And he was upset because people were slowing down, I mean, little things like that. Most cars pull over a considerable distance, if not into the far lane, even though there's plenty of room. Of course, everybody's curious as to what I'm doing, and I'm curious too. So, but yeah, I think, that it's funny, people don't hesitate to tell me about all the people they know that have died on bicycles. But, but, but generally speaking, they've made a mistake. Like they went through a stop sign or a red light, or they were riding at night with no lights and no reflectors and black clothes, nutty things like that. And I think ultimately, if you pay attention, you'll be fine. Biking is an increasing thing here in the U.S. I mean, I know it's very common in Europe, but I know drivers are more and more accustomed to seeing bikes on the side of the road. Anyway.
Oh, good.
How many tires have you gone through?
None.
None.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
I got a flat tire at mile 11.
Oh,
which really worried me.
it's discouraging.
Yeah. So I mean, I fixed that, and then when I got to when I came to the next big town, I went to the bike shop and I said, can you fill my tires with this slime stuff? That green, it's called slime,
Right.
and I haven't had a flat tire since. In fact, I haven't even put air in my tires since, and it's been
Wow.
a long time. So, and the tires are wearing really well. I mean, I don't even see really any wear on the tires. So I don't think I'll have a tire problem. Knock on wood.
Bring it up.
Yeah, right. And the bike is holding up. Honestly, I guess the biggest thing that gives out before anything gives out is my butt, like you're sitting on a seat for, yesterday, my gosh, yesterday it was 7 hours and 25 minutes.
Jeez.
Yesterday was a really long day into the wind, and it was 90 degrees. And, you can't even sit in a chair for that long and not feel like your bottom doesn't get any circulation. I think it's a circulation issue. It's not a seat comfort issue. It's just you're sitting for so long. So anyway, that's the only thing.
Are you, Alan, are you on a sabbatical of some sort?
I'm retired.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for you then.
Well, I don't know if that's good, but sometimes it doesn't feel like I'm retired. Mary
Yeah,
asked me what I wanted to do for my 70th birthday, and I said I didn't know, and eventually I said, I wouldn't mind going for a bike ride. So here I am.
I'll see you on May 6th.
Yeah, that's amazing. Good for you.
Safe travels, Alan. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks, and you're very welcome. And sorry about the rant about the water project. I had someone write me to inquire about running a trail along a property that I own along Birch Plain Creek, and it was part of that Tri-Town Trail link. And, I think these trails are a great thing. They're a great thing for pedestrians. They're a great thing for health. They're a great thing for being aware of nature. They're a great thing for cyclists, obviously. And it just sticks in my craw that the water department is running their little fiefdom over there and won't consider a path, at least along an edge of their property. I think it's completely ridiculous. So anyway.
That's what I want out forever. So, well, gentlemen, any other business? Can we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Enjoy the fall.
Thanks, you too, folks.
Thank you all.
Safe travels, Alan.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
See you in
As an aside now, just since the meeting's over.